Hey guys, it's me, Tony G, and I'm coming to you from my man cave, my basement. As you can see, I got my jerseys from some of my favorite Ravens players up here, and got a couple other sports memorabilia. If you guys are interested in seeing it, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be more than glad to take you on a tour one day. But I'm here today to give you a couple updates. I want to go over the coronavirus and the COVID-19 reopenings. I know this has been covered a couple times, but I'm going to cover what Maryland's doing, go over a little bit of what Vegas is doing, and Atlantic City. So if this is your first time here, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and hit the bell notification, and you get notified of all my future vlogs. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, guys. I appreciate you coming back. Let's get into the information. Okay, let's start with Maryland, because that's obviously where I'm from and where I play most of my poker at. Maryland doesn't have any set rules yet for when the casinos are going to open. We don't have a date yet. I think it's part of phase 3, possibly phase 2. That it hasn't been too clear. I do know that a lot of the tournament directors and poker room supervisors have been talking via Twitter and other means, and I'll put a couple different screenshots up over here and over here of what they've been saying. I know Johnny Grooms from the MGM National Harbor was asking the public, if the poker rooms were to open back up, how would you feel playing 4-handed, 6-handed, 9-handed, etc.? Here's my explanation of what I felt comfortable with. I said I'll be comfortable playing 9-handed, to be honest with you, but at the minimum, it's got to be 6-handed to make it even interesting, competitive, etc. That's just how I feel. Like I said, there hasn't been too many guidelines for Maryland on reopening of the casinos, and especially how the poker rooms are going to operate. Okay, let's get into Las Vegas. So, Las Vegas, as some of you may or may not know, did set some ground rules for reopening. A lot of casinos would hope to be reopening by Memorial Day. From what I can tell, from what I can see reading the articles online and the rumors, probably it just isn't going to be happening by Memorial Day. Maybe June 5th, June 7th, June 15th, something like that. But the ground rules are as follows, and excuse me for me not looking at you, I'm reading off my iPad here. Governor Sisolak basically said Nevada Gaming Commission approved these rules, and when they do open, they will be held to 50% of the building's capacity. Conventions will be limited to 250 people, and restaurants will have limited seating. Let's hope they don't do the goofy, let's put mannequins up every other booth or every other table, because it looks stupid. Okay, I saw it on TV the other day. I don't need a friggin' mannequin sitting there next to me like some creeper. Maybe it's just me, but I don't need a mannequin there. Okay, you can leave the damn table blank. The swimming pool cabanas, lounge chairs must be allowed for appropriate distancing, social distancing. I don't know how the day clubs are going to operate because there's no social distancing in day clubs. If you've ever been to Vegas or been to a day club, you're in a pool full of germs and people and beer and liquor, and I don't know how that's going to work. But anyway, so now here's the important part. Table games, poker rooms, etc. Seating at the table games are going to be as follows. 3 players for blackjack, 6 for craps, and 4 for roulette, and 4 for poker. From what I was told, the blackjack rule will follow all the carnival games: Let It Ride, 3-card poker, Ultimate Texas Hold'em, etc. The craps one isn't too bad because sometimes there are a lot of people squeezing in there anyway. I think you probably do 8 at a craps table, but they're saying 6, and it is what it is. The 4 for the poker is ridiculous, okay? I'm not sure who's going to play 4-handed poker, tournament, cash, etc. It just doesn't seem fun to me. Like I said, I'll play 6-handed. Minimum 6-handed. I'd have no problem going to any casino playing 6-handed, whether Vegas, Atlantic City, Maryland. But 4-handed poker just probably isn't going to work out too well for some people. And I've talked to a couple people who just aren't going to play 4-handed. All right, as far as slot machines go, they are going to be removing chairs or turning machines off at every other slot machine. So your partner, your friends, etc. won't be able to sit next to you and cheer you on, watch you. But there hasn't been any set rules that I can see from what I've read that allows people to stand near you. Now, I'm sure if there's a giant group, like the group slot pools probably aren't going to be happening for a while, but I'm sure there'll be people gathering around slot machines and table games, to be honest with you. But I'm sure, from what it sounds like, guards and security personnel are going to be telling people to move along and be more socially distant throughout the casino. And from what I was reading, the casinos will have 7 days before opening to come up with a detailed plan to turn into the Nevada Gaming Commission and the governor's office to let everybody know how they're going to be cleaning after each person, after people leave the tables, etc. I think it's a good idea. I have no problems with waiting for somebody to wipe a handrail down or a chair when I go to sit down to the table. On a positive note, though, it was just announced today, which is I think the 17th of May, that MGM Resorts, when they do open, they will be doing away with the parking fees. Everybody always wishes and knows that they would do away with the resort fees, but that's probably not likely to happen. But hey, you'll be able to actually go to the MGM Grand or Aria or Bellagio and not have to pay for parking anymore, which is good. That's on a positive note, better than nothing, I guess. All right, let's get into Atlantic City real quick. Atlantic City hasn't really expressed what they're going to be doing, when they're going to be reopening. Obviously, it's up to the New Jersey Gaming Commission. As most people know who go to Atlantic City or live on the East Coast, there are an MGM resort and 3 Caesars resorts that are in Atlantic City, so I'm sure they're going to follow whatever Vegas does. So I'm sure you're going to see 4-handed poker in Atlantic City to start. And the rumor is Borgata might not open the poker room for the first 15 to 30 days. Let's hope that's not the case, because that is the most popular poker room in Atlantic City. And like I said, people are just going to have to be cautious. I'm sure the casinos are going to be 50% capacity, and still try to enjoy yourself. But as of right now, Atlantic City hasn't given too much notice for what's going to be happening or when they're going to be reopening. All right, now I want to get into this whole Plexiglas 4-handed poker deal. Okay, I'm going to put a picture up over here, I think. And you see the table. This is at La Hacienda or Hacienda Casino down in Florida. They've got some ginormous plexiglass thing around the table with 4 people sitting at the table. It looks ridiculous. I think it will be ridiculous. As soon as somebody gets pissed off, they got bad beat or got beat out of a big pot, they're going to punch the glass and break the plexiglass. You can't really hear the dealer sometimes with that glass up. You probably won't be able to hear the dealer with that plexiglass up. You can barely hear the players when they're mumbling now across the table, much less with plexiglass in the way. It just doesn't seem like it's going to work. In my opinion, I think that will last all of 1 or 2 weeks before people get pissed off, or the room gets pissed off that no people are coming, and they'll do away with it and just have better cleaning procedures. And along with that, let's talk about cleaning procedures. Okay, a lot of people may or may not like what I have to say, but a poker room's dirty. It's going to be hard to prevent most germs spreading in a poker room. You're touching dirty poker chips. You're touching dirty players' cards. You have to rely on 9 other people a lot of times, or 8 other people, depending on if you're 9 or 10-handed at a table, whether they just went to the bathroom and washed their hands or not, and then touched poker chips, and then touched cards. Then the dealer is touching the cards and the poker chips. And then the dealers are swapping out for one another every 20, 30 minutes. They're touching pens, they're touching dirty cards they write their times down on, etc. They're not going to clean every poker chip. They're not going to clean every card after somebody uses them. So what's the answer here? I think they just need to open the poker rooms 6-handed, express to everybody, you need to be clean, wash your hands, etc. Have somebody clean the rail and the chair after every time somebody gets up from sitting there at a certain time period. Like if you get knocked out of a tournament, next player comes in, they clean the table, they clean the chair, they clean the rail. That's just my opinion. I'm not germophobic. In fact, to be honest with you, I'm not really too afraid of this virus. I understand there's people dying. I understand that people are getting hurt by this and people are getting sick. But if it was my way and the casino's open tomorrow, I'd go without a mask and just go to play poker. I'm a poker guy. I love playing poker. And I'm just not afraid of getting anything. And I am a very cautious person. I wash my hands all the time and make sure I sanitize even before all this happened. So I'm not afraid of spreading it to anybody else. But like I said, I don't know how you're going to control all the germs back and forth between dealers, players going to the bathroom, picking their noses, touching their junk, and then coming back to the table if they didn't wash their hands. It's just going to be a mess. It's going to be a total mess. Now, I'm sure some of you may or may not know, Macau opened back up at the end of February, beginning of March. A lot of their casinos, their poker rooms did open for the casinos that do have poker rooms. They have not had any major spread of the COVID-19 or reignition of the COVID-19 coronavirus. It seems to be working pretty well over there, and I think they were doing the 50% capacity to start. I'm not sure what they're doing right now. I haven't had any chance to get information on that. But Macau, if Macau can do it, I know we can do it here in the United States. We need to get our casino workers back to work. We need to get our casinos open, our dealers back to work, our janitorial staff back to work, and just get this country back open again. And with that being said, I want to know what your opinion is. Leave me a comment down below. I want to interact with you. I want to know, are you afraid to go to the casino? Are you afraid to play poker? Are you afraid to play a video poker game, a slot machine, table game? Are you afraid to eat in the restaurants? I mean, let's face it, casinos are sometimes dirty places because of all the people touching poker chips and money and other things like that. So let me know down below what you guys plan on doing. Are you going to be going? Will you not be going? How long are you going to wait to go? And with that being said, that's the end of my information here. Guys, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you listening to me, watching my vlog. If you enjoyed it all, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode, like I said before, hopefully live from a casino somewhere. And don't forget, it doesn't matter how you're living your life, as long as you're living the felt life.